but he probably will get paid more than what Dallas is trying to give him. And the Wait a Minute Show chat room, said Galloway said guaranteed money is the only money that counts. And he's exactly right. It fully guaranteed and guaranteed. Those are the words that you want to hear as an NFL player. I could care less about all that other stuff. I want to know at the end of the day, if I slip on a banana peel, how much money am I walking away with? That is the number that matters for NFL players. And so now Dak Prescott people, namely his brother, is pretty upset with the Dallas Cowboys. As far as like how he's being treated. And I can understand that. You're not giving him the, I guess the respect that you think Dak deserves. But if Dak is rolling the dice, look, I'm sure he's looking at next season and he's looking out there as far as like who would possibly be a free agent. Who could be a free agent? You could think Cam, maybe. Cam got some stuff that he has to prove, and we'll talk about Cam Newton a little bit later on in the show. But it's not that many quarterbacks that's going to be a free agent out there. So he could command the market and maybe he could get what he wants. So he's rolling the dice. I wish all the luck for him. Just don't beat, one of my teams, either the Falcons or the Lions, and life will be good. That's it. That is it. Speaking of it, it is it in our nation's capital, in D.C. So we were talking about this on Saturday, and I think I gave Dan Snyder the Big L Award as well for this whole thing about this letter that he was talking about. Indeed. Yeah. But it is it for Washington's nickname. I haven't been saying it for over a year now, so now we don't even have to say it at all right now because they're the Washington football team. But Washington has officially retired its name and logo. It is gone. It is retired. It has been sent out to pasture, never to come back, and they will be choosing another name. Now, my reaction to that is simple, kids. How about you get up? Yay! Give it up. Give it up for this situation. Not to Dan Snyder. Don't give it up to that because this is not the move that he wanted to make. He was forced, ladies and gentlemen, and he was pressured and he was put into a corner. And he looked at, and I'm going to take something from a comedian that you know about, Kevin Hart, and he looked at his bank account and the way it's set up, he got a checking and he got a savings. He got a savings and a checking. And he looked at both of them, and then he looked to the other side and he saw Nike, and he saw FedEx, and he saw Pepsi, and he saw other companies. And then he went and looked back at his check account and the savings account and said, you know what? I wasn't tied to the name like that anyway. Yeah, we can go ahead and change it. So this is good because it's been an issue for a while, so it's being resolved. The other thing is that hopefully, there's going to be a name that people will be excited to have. I heard, I guess someone trademarked a whole bunch of names. So, trying to use that as an opportunity maybe to sell it back to Washington so they can get paid, off of that for selling a trademark name. But I don't know how that's going to work. I would assume that Washington is going to find some name that they don't have to pay out the yin and yang, for a name. And it will be something that will be, respectable. But here's the thing. I was talking with Tyler Butler from Enough is the BS podcast, sports and culture, Tyler Butler. And we were actually texting. And I was saying on this, and now I'm telling you basically the same thing I was telling him, is that, look, this came down to, and he agrees with me, and we're all on the same page about this. This came down to someone that normally tells everybody else what to do, being told what to do. And they got a problem with that. Dan Snyder can go all on about how, the name and what it meant and all this stuff. But at the end of the day, yeah, the name could have meant, a lot to you. Whatever it is, people disagree that he shouldn't be able to try and tell somebody else what's offensive and what's not offensive when it doesn't have anything to do with his background or his culture. But this is about him being told what he can and can't do. And when you're in a power position, when you're in a position of power, and when you have money, and when you have resources, and when you have associations, and when you have friendships, and when you have business relationships, and as you went up the ranks or whatever it is, as you grew up, that no one ever really came to tell you what to do with with something that you have. Even if it was wrong, they couldn't tell you. That's what this was about. He was upset, but the money, cash rules everything around me. Cream make the money. Dollar bill, y'all. Some wise people said that. That's what that was all about. He's upset. I'm sure he threw a fit. But when he had looked at his bank account, he would have felt a different way. Now, going forward, what name are they going to choose? How fast are they going to be able to do it? Are they, any color change? Are they going to keep the same colors? Look, putting stuff on a helmet and jerseys and all that stuff, they can change all that. There's time. You just got to make sure you choose the right name. I said that I was all down for the Red Tails, but I think the Red Tails got trademarked, and there was some other ones. I think something about some Red Wolves, and I like that one as well. But that might be trademarked as going into the future. But this is not going to lose Washington fans. They're not going to go away. There will be some people upset. But if the season, plays out, especially this season, if they play well and they be somewhere in the contention for the division, you best believe Washington fans will still support the team and they'll continue to support the team. I think it's a no-brainer. It's just like, hey, move on from the name, man, and get yourself another name and you'll be all right. So that's what I got to say about that. So you listen to the Wait a Minute show with your man, Jelani J.B. Bodie, and we were talking about people that did not get money, but now let's talk about someone that did get paid, and that was defensive tackle Chris Jones from the Kansas City Chiefs. So he was another person that was under the franchise tag, which he was not happy about that, and he was looking at possibly sitting out the season because he wanted them to show me the money! And they were trying to work out a deal with Pat Mahomes. And I'm sure he knew that there was an order or, let's just say he knew Pat Mahomes had to get taken care of first. Whether he felt that they were going to, take care of him or not, that would remain to be seen. But he did get his deal done. He signed a 4-year extension for $85 million. This guy, like I said, defensive tackle. I don't know if people understand how hard it is to be effective as a defensive tackle. You're on the inside. You can catch double teams a lot easier than guys that's out on the end. And he's accumulated 24 and a half sacks over the last 2 years. So he's been a double-digit sack, average person for the past 2 years. Second-round draft pick out of Mississippi State. He has proved himself. At this point, he is a disruptor. And it's something to say when you can disrupt the middle right in front of the quarterback, where you can disrupt a gap to bounce a running back outside, where you can disrupt a pattern for a wide receiver and a quarterback. So these positions like defensive end, defensive tackle And, corner, I guess you can say safety as well. These are high-paying positions. These are positions that are really attractive. These are positions that, people are really looking for, people to excel. Myles Garrett just got a deal today done as well as a defensive end, where he got, I think, a 5-year extension of $125 million. Again, they're not going to get all that money, but you got to guarantee money that you want. Chris Jones got his deal done that he wanted. He wanted some type of security. I totally understand that. Again, when you're a second-round draft pick, you're not a first-round, so you don't have a fifth-year option, and you want to be paid for what you have accomplished. And again, this dude got to the Pro Bowl. This dude is a Super Bowl champion. This dude is one of the main reasons why they got to the Super Bowl, why they won a Super Bowl. 24 and a half sacks at the defensive tackle position. I don't know if people really realize how hard that is. And it is also, and this is not a knock or anything like that, but it is not like this defensive line is laced with, some first team, all defensive team on the defensive line. They got good players, but it's not like you got an Aaron Donald on one end and a J.J. Watt. Well, no one has that. But he is one of the main reasons why that defense is able to do the things that they are doing. And the Kansas City Chiefs took care of him, got his deal done. So he should be happy. He should be ready to play. Now, a lot of people are saying these two dudes got paid. What everybody else going to look like? Well, Sammy Watkins already took a pay cut. And I was telling you this on a episode before. This is how you get your guys in that you need. But when you got a guy like Pat Mahomes, and then you put someone on the defensive side like a Tyrann Mathieu, like this kid Chris Jones, and then you have people like Sammy Watkins who's going to take a pay cut, then it sets the precedent as well. If you're going to come in, chances are you're not going to get paid the money that you want to get paid. But when you look at the team, definitely on paper, but also you can look in person because they are the defending Super Bowl champions. It might be the motivation that another player needs to come in, take a pay cut, be on this team, be around Pat Mahomes, be around a Tyreek Hill, be around a Travis Kelce, be around a Tyrann Mathieu, be around a Chris Jones, be around a Sammy Watkins, be around a Mecole Hardman, and the list goes on and on and on as far as these teams and the coach and Andy Reid and offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy if you're on the offensive side of the ball. So this could be, a dynasty in the making if they do it, if they can do it right. But it is going to start on the offensive side and on the defensive side. And one of those pieces was Chris Jones that they took care of. And now Chris Jones can go to bed at night and sleep tight because he knows he has a new deal. And Lopan doesn't. Got your Lopan. You thought I was going to say something else, but yeah, I had to say something about you. But speaking of say something, I got to say something on the other side of this break. We're going to talk about NBA news, some teams that could be surprises, and Kawhi Leonard. Are we going to see him play? Are we going to see Kawhi Leonard play? We'll talk about that and more on the other side of the break. It's the Wait a Minute Show. We'll be back after these words.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I am Vince Wright, the sports governor, and you know me from the Sports Done Right show. But when I'm not doing Sports Done Right, I'm in the executive mansion chilling with the Wait a Minute Show. That's right, Jelani, Lopan, indeed. Keep it tuned here, y'all. The Wait a Minute Show. My name is Vince Wright, and I approve this message.
Attention, all sports fans. If you're someone who wakes up each morning with lists of sporting events to go along with your to-do list for the day, then you just might be a diehard. The world of sports is as vast as the ocean is deep, including the major leagues, the minor leagues, the college, and everything in between. This is me, your boy Larry B of IE Sports Radio, welcoming you to join me every Monday evening at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern on The Defining Moment, a show that focuses on what really matters in the sports world, sports themselves, and nothing outside of them. Once again, tune in for The Defining Moment with me, your boy Larry B, every Monday evening at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern on IE Sports Radio, right here on Spreaker.com. We'll see you then.
Being good at life means getting your finances together so you can focus on the moments that matter most. With over 170 years of expertise, New York Life Insurance Company provides you with benefits